Hey you guys, what's going on? It's Teenage Knight, and today I am here to start the Philadelphia Eagles preseason. As you guys know, in the last video I introduced my franchise series that I will be using the Philadelphia Eagles. I am super excited to get this series underway. If you've never seen a preseason video on my channel, all the preseason games are going to be in one video. Also, this video is a lot more laid back than the other ones are going to be. Actually, the regular season might be pretty laid back this year because I'm not doing post commentary. I'm going to be doing live commentary. But for this one, I wanted to do post commentary just because it makes more sense. But on our first defensive play, Doug Martin to the outside runs through a tackler and easily gets about a 20-yard gain. I will tell you that about sums up this preseason. But then the Eagles get the ball, so Carson Wentz comes out on 1st and 10, and on his first throw, he finds Zach Ertz, and he's going to be brought down after about a 10-yard gain on the play. Now, obviously in the preseason videos, I will be jumping around a lot more than in the regular season videos. And right there you see Ryan Matthews actually makes a good play. I was concerned about running back going into the season, but he played relatively well. But as you can tell, this video, it will jump around a lot more than a regular season video. Just because I crammed 4 videos into about 30 minutes. And then once the regular season starts, there will be one game of video. But now on 1st and 10, handoff to Doug Martin to the outside, and just terrific blocking and horrible defensive line play all the way down to about the 8-yard line. That leads to 2nd and goal. Jameis Winston in shotgun, handoff to Barber. He runs through a tackler and gets into the end zone. Touchdown Buccaneers. And now Carson Wentz comes back out, and I only let him play the first quarter in this game, but he finds Dorial Green-Beckham, his brand new target, down the sideline and gets forced out of bounds at about the 39. So Carson Wentz, 2 of 3, 39 yards. That would lead to 2nd and goal. Now Wentz under center. He takes a snap, goes to the outside, and it is caught by Zach Ertz. Touchdown Eagles. And just like that, Carson Wentz throws his first touchdown pass in the NFL. Obviously not his first career touchdown pass, as it's preseason, and apparently these don't count. But now 3rd and 3, Glennon's in the game, and he goes to the outside, and that was Jalen Watkins on the coverage, who didn't even bother to look for the ball. But that would lead to a first down for the Bucs. Now a few plays later from the 21, handoff to Barber up the middle. Once again, terrific blocking, and normally I would not have shown you this play because it was only like a 3-yard game, but Barber was injured. And apparently the Buccaneers do not have a 3rd-string running back because Doug Martin was back in the game against my 2nd-string defense. And you obviously can tell how that just went. So that would later lead to 3rd and 14. Chase Daniel now in the game, and he's going to roll out to the right side. He's got a man open. He's going to find Josh Huff deep downfield, brought down at the 40-yard line. Spoiler, that was Chase Daniel's only completed pass of this quarter, and now my phone's going off. But anyway, that was Daniel's only completed pass of the quarter, and now you see an interception that's going to get brought back for a touchdown. So yeah, Chase Daniel did not have a good first game. He only played the 2nd quarter, and then I put in Coker and Levy later on. But we'll get to that. Now 3rd and 1, and handoff to Doug Martin again. That was just a bad play on my part. I completely missed, but there was no one back there. I was the only line of defense, apparently, before the 20-yard line. Now 2nd and goal, Glennon under center again, handoff to Martin, and terrific blocking. We cannot get off our blocks here, and we are down 28-10. So now Chase Daniel comes back out at 2nd and 8, 2.5 minutes to go, and handoff to Carlos Williams, and I showed you this play to show you how good Williams was doing. 6 carries for 3 yards. We got kind of manhandled here in the first half. And now they come out and kick a field goal to make it 31-10 right before halftime. Chase Daniel was done after this quarter. So now Jake Coker's in the game, and it's going to be a play action to Williams, and he's going to go to the outside and caught by Josh Huff, first down. Huff surprisingly played decent this game. But that would later lead to 1st and 20, and Coker's going to go deep and overthrow his man by about 5 yards, and it gets picked off. So now the Buccaneers take over again. That was just an inaccurate pass from Coker. I felt like that was the correct read. The guy was open at the time I pressed circle, and he just overthrew him. So now 3rd and 6. He has all the time in the world, and then finally finds his dude open. The secondary did a terrific job on that play, but you can't give a quarterback 6 seconds to get the ball out. And now handoff to Carlos Williams to the outside, and he stiff arms one defender and will finally be shoved out of bounds. 9 carries for 39 yards. So as you can tell, he turned it up a little bit. Now 2nd and 10, and Coker's going to go deep downfield. He's got a man, and Josh Huff drops it. I don't know why I'm surprised about that. But now 3rd and 10, Coker takes the snap, rolls out to the right side, throws on the run, and he finds Bryce Treggs, a 58 overall receiver that the Eagles actually got in real life from, I think, the Niners. Now 1st and 10, handoff to Barber, and he makes one man miss and breaks away, finally brought down on the play. I believe he was brought down by Williams. So that would lead to 4th and goal, and that will make it 37-10. There was actually a field goal that I cut out that you guys didn't see just because I was trying to get through this game. Because as you can tell, we just got manhandled the entire time. And this was the best play on defense we made, really. Forcing that fumble, and I don't know if the offense ended up getting anything out of that. But we'll be able to tell. But now Levy's in the game with 8.5 minutes to go. Goes to the outside, and Aaron Dobson drops it. Levy started 0 for 5 this preseason. So the ball would go back to the Bucks. They wouldn't do anything with it, and then the Eagles get the ball back. And Carlos Williams breaking a tackle. He's trying to show that he still has something. 35, 20, 15, 10, and finally brought down at about the 9-yard line. Essentially all that did was make his stats look really good. So now on 1st and goal, Levy in shotgun and finds Marquez North into the end zone. Marquez North, no idea how to say his name, honestly. And I believe that would be the last play of the game that I would show. No, actually, we still have more. It's 4th and 10. And Levy takes it up. He's going to go deep downfield, and he finds Aaron Dobson, who breaks a tackle and then kind of falls out of bounds at the 18-yard line. Levy, 3 of 11 for 57 yards. We would get nothing out of that drive, and now on 1st and 10, handoff to Barber up the middle, and there is nobody there. And I'll take the blame on that one. I took control of Jalen Watkins, and I ran to, like, the other side of the field. I was thinking they were going to run to the left, and they ran right up the middle. And because I took Watkins to the left, there was no one there. But that would finally end this game. This was obviously not a very pretty game. I was very disappointed the way we played. Obviously, a lot of that can be placed on me. I could not move the ball really with anyone but Carson Wentz. The one touchdown I got that wasn't on a drive by Carson Wentz came off of a huge run by Carlos Williams. So, I mean, I guess we played okay there in the second half, but that second quarter where they put up 24 points absolutely killed us. But now we'll move on to the next game where I screwed up. Because you'll hear the music in the background right now, but I did not record game sound, which was my problem. But anyway, we did make a free agent acquisition. We signed Desmond Lewis. Some of you may remember him from our Browns franchise. And to make a roster spot for him, we cut Marquez North. He did not show enough in the first preseason game to warrant getting more than one. Obviously, he caught that touchdown, but that was about the only thing he did. And now on the first play of the game from the Steelers, it's a touchdown. So we're already off to a great start here. But in week 2, we also cut center Josh Andrews just because he was awful. And I brought in center Kyle Friend, who was a rookie free agent. Now on 2nd and 10, we find Nelson Aguilar. And the reason I'm going to show you a lot of Carson Wentz in this game is because this was kind of the way I'm going to play my offense this season. A lot of short passes to move down the field. Last season, I took a lot of shots. This season, I'm going to just take short chances. But I wanted to show you that because he actually played really well. But on 4th and goal, we get stuffed from the 1. So we have a chance to tie it and can't do it. Obviously, we'd hold the Pittsburgh Steelers to 0 points. So we get the ball back. Wentz is in the game. Goes over the middle. Caught by Dorial Green-Beckham. And he's going to be brought down inside the 30-yard line. Green-Beckham was one of my favorite targets this preseason. And as you saw there, Wentz was 10 of 12. And you'll notice our kicker changed here. We now have Cody Parkey instead of Caleb Sturgis. The reason for that is because I didn't like Sturgis's ratings. So I looked in free agency, saw Parkey was there, and you'll see I get a pick here with Malcolm Jenkins. That was a really nice play. But anyway, I looked in the free agency and saw Parkey and saw that his ratings were better than Sturgis, so I was just like, why not bring him in? So I cut Sturgis and signed Cody Parkey. And now on 1st and 10, we go to Nelson Aguilar, and I tried to hurdle that dude. I think I jumped a little bit too early. But Wentz 12 of 15, and now 3rd and goal. And pitch to the outside for Ryan Matthews, and he dances into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. And we actually take, I believe, our first lead of the preseason. Now 1st and goal, Landry Jones is in the game. Handoff to D'Angelo Williams, and he gets stuffed inside the 1. That's going to be, or inside the 5. That's going to be a loss of 3. Now 2nd and goal, and we almost get to Landry, but we stuffed D'Angelo at the 3-yard line. That's only a gain of 1. Now on 3rd and goal, and Jones takes the snap and throws to the end zone, and it's incomplete, but there's a flag, and that would be pass interference on Jalen Watkins. So they would get a new set of downs. And on 1st and goal, handoff to Williams, and he gets stuffed again. Loss of 1. 8 carries for 13 yards. Now 2nd and goal, Jones under center. We almost jump off sides. Handoff to Williams, and he will once again be stuffed down at the 2-yard line. Now 3rd and goal, Jones takes the snap, and he once again gets stuffed, this time down at the 1-yard line. So that would lead to 4th and goal, and they kick a field goal, so now it's 10-10. Carson Wentz still in the game. Handoff to Carlos Williams to the outside. He's got the first down the sideline and finally tripped up. That's 1 carry for 25 yards. Now on 1st and 6 after a penalty, Carson Wentz takes the snap, goes to the end zone, and that is a touchdown for Desmond Lewis. Our newest receiver comes in and immediately catches a touchdown pass from our quarterback. That obviously looks nice. Now 3rd and 7, Jones comes out and he goes to the outside, and it's intercepted by K'Wan Williams, and he is gone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. That makes it 24-10. So the Steelers would get a field goal later on, so now it's 24-13, and Coker's in the game again. He goes deep, and it's intercepted by Burns. And I tried to jump through the second half a lot just because there wasn't much to show really, and plus no game sound started to bother me. So now on 1st and 10, going deep again with Coker, and it's intercepted one more time by the Steelers. So what I'm learning with Coker is that you cannot throw the ball deep and expect to do good. So now 2nd and 13, Coker takes the snap, goes to the outside, caught by Dobson, and Dobson's going to have the first down and get forced out of bounds. He fumbles the ball, but the reason I show you this play is because Coker was 4 of 9 for 78 yards, and Dobson had 4 catches for 78 yards. That was the only guy that would catch passes from him today. And now on 1st and 10, goes deep and finds Desmond Lewis, so he completes his first pass to a person not named Aaron Dobson, and it's our newest receiver who already has 2 touchdowns for us. Now end off to D'Angelo Williams. I almost called him Carlos Williams, but it's D'Angelo Williams, and he gets stuffed. 17 carries for 28 yards. Not having a good day. Now 1st and 10, handoff to Wendell Smallwood to the outside. Smallwood up the sideline. He's trying to fight for a roster spot. Across the 30 and finally tripped up near the 26, but he would be injured on the play. Not a serious injury, but I wanted to show you that play because it was a big run. And now Parkey comes out, and it's a fake field goal, and they toss it to Trey Burton. Burton to the outside, and he dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles. And they go up 38-13. So this game obviously a lot better than the last one. So now 38-13, handoff to Williams, and he is able to fight. No, they do not give him the touchdown. Okay, even to me on post commentary that looked like a touchdown. So now 3rd and goal, and they toss it to the outside and completely fool our defense. Touchdown Steelers, and they make it 38-20. And we would kick a field goal, and the final score would be 41-20. But we get our first preseason win, which was nice. Carson Wentz, I forgot his name for a second. Carson Wentz played really nice. Pretty much all the running backs played really good. I didn't run the ball too much with Matthews, but what I did, he did pretty well. So now we jump into the 3rd game against the Indianapolis Colts. And this game, I was expecting Luck to pick apart our secondary, and we did make another signing at receiver. We signed wide receiver Colby Listenby. If you want to go back and look at his attributes, go back and pause. But he has ridiculous speed with good catching, which is why I brought him in. So now 1st and 10, and Andrew Luck handoff to Frank Gore to the outside on the first play of the game. He runs through, or the Colts' first play of the game, he runs through a defender, and I don't think anybody's going to catch him. 20, 15, 10, 5. Hicks can't catch him. Touchdown Colts. The Eagles did get the ball first, but we went 3 and out. So I had to punt the ball away to the Colts, and on their first play, that's what they did. So now 2nd and 7, Wentz in shotgun, takes the snap, goes to the outside, caught by Green Beckham. Beckham to the outside. He's hit and brought down, but that would be an injury. And I will show you what his injury is before the next game. So 1st and 10, Wentz takes the snap, and he goes to the end zone, and it is caught by Nelson Aguilar. Touchdown, Philadelphia, and they tie this game up at 7. So now Luck comes out with 4:15 to go in the first quarter. Luck in shotgun, handoff to Gore again to the outside. And he hasn't gashed our defense obviously enough, so now that's 3 carries for 105 yards. Not a good start for our defense. Now 2nd and 6, Luck in shotgun, goes to the outside. It's caught by Dorsett down the sideline. 20, 15, 10, 5. No one's going to catch him. Touchdown Colts, and they go up 14-7 over the Eagles. Our secondary did not look good there. I think it was K'Wan Williams that was beat in coverage. Now 1st and 10, handoff to Ryan Matthews to the outside. He's got some decent blocking. Matthews up the sideline and finally brought down, and he has 5 carries for 55 yards. Now 1st and 10, Wentz play action to Darren Sproles. He rolls out to the outside, trying to find somebody open, goes deep, and finds Aaron Dobson down inside the 10-yard line. Wentz 10 of 12 for 122 yards and a touchdown here in the first quarter. And Cody Parkey would come out and make the field goal later on. So that would make it 14-10, and the Colts get the ball back. But they have Scott Tolzien in at quarterback. And on 3rd and 5, it's a play action to the running back, and Tolzien stands in the pocket, goes to the outside, and it's going to be intercepted by Leotis McKelvin, who honestly did not play that well in the first 2 games, but comes up big here. So now Chase Daniels in at quarterback with 6.5 minutes to go in the half. And he's going to come out and hand off to Darren Sproles to the outside, who gets some good blocking. Now Sproles uses his speed, 20, 15, 10, 5, and touchdown Philadelphia. And we take a 17-14 lead over the Colts. So now they'll bring Tolzien back out, and they're inside the 10-yard line, under a minute to go in the half. And Tolzien out of shotgun, takes the snap, goes over the middle, and it's caught by Bray into the end zone. Touchdown Indianapolis right before halftime. So now let's see if Chase Daniel can do anything with 35 seconds on the clock. On 1st and 10, Daniel takes the snap, and he's going to rifle it over the middle, and that's going to be caught by Brent Selleck in Indianapolis territory. Down at about the 42-yard line, the Eagles burn a timeout. Now on 1st and 10, Daniel takes the snap to the outside, and it's caught by Desmond Lewis, and he's going to be tripped up near the 10, and the Eagles burn another timeout. 20 seconds to go in the half, and they are moving the ball pretty efficiently right now. Daniel under center on 1st and 10. He's going to roll it to the right side, caught by Desmond Lewis, dives and into the end zone. Touchdown Philadelphia, and they take a 24-21 lead right before halftime, and now we advance to the third quarter. So now Tolzien in at quarterback still, and he rolls out to the right side, looking to go deep downfield, and launches it. It's one-on-one coverage, and K'Wan Williams comes up with the pick. So that will now bring out, I believe, Aaron Levy at quarterback. And on 2nd and 10, Levy out of shotgun takes the snap, and he's going to go over the middle. It's caught by Desmond Lewis, who's having a terrific day so far. Levy 2 of 3 for 31 yards. I wish they would show Lewis's stats. So now 1st and 10, and Tolzien's in a pistol. Obviously, we didn't do anything after that play. And he hands off to Robert Turbin to the outside, and he's got a huge hole. And 50, 45-40, 35-30, 25-20, 15, 10, 5. And Jalen Mills finally catches him, but it's another touchdown for the Colts. We just don't have run defense pretty much. 2nd and 10, Aaron Levy comes in at shotgun, and he's going to go deep downfield. He's got a man open, and that's Colby Listenby, the brand new Eagle receiver, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown Philadelphia, and that will give the Eagles the lead once again. So now Tolzien inside the 10-yard line, 2 minutes to go in the third quarter, and he's going to hand off to Robert Turbin, and he just walks into the end zone untouched. Touchdown Indianapolis, and they will take the lead right back. So now out comes Aaron Levy in shotgun on 2nd and 4. Levy rolls out to the left side, trying to find someone open. He's got a wide open receiver, and it's Desmond Lewis yet again. And he's 6 of 10 for 127 yards and a touchdown. Is it going to show Lewis's stats? Obviously not. Okay. So now 3rd and 22. Levy's in shotgun. In serious trouble here. He's hit as he throws, but somehow Jordan Matthews is on the field, and he'll walk into the end zone. Touchdown Philadelphia. And that will give the Eagles the lead yet again. I have no idea why Matthews is on the field, going to be completely honest. Now 1st and 10, play action to Turbin, and Tolzien, under pressure, goes deep downfield and overthrows his receiver by about 5 yards, and it's intercepted by Jalen Watkins, and it started doing this weird camera cut glitch every time the person went down. You guys will realize what I'm talking about here in a minute probably. But now on 2nd and 3, over the middle to Desmond Lewis inside the 20, 10, 5, and into the end zone. Touchdown Philadelphia. And just like that, the Eagles will have a 10-point lead over the Colts. And then the Colts couldn't do anything. So now the Eagles have the ball again, and it's going to be a handoff to Carlos Williams to the outside. Williams makes one man miss, and stiff arms another down the sideline, and finally brought down at about the 40-yard line. See what I mean about that camera cut thing? I don't know why it was doing that. But anyway, Kenyon Barner comes in for a slightly injured Carlos Williams. I couldn't remember his name, but yeah, Carlos Williams was slightly injured, so Kenyon Barner came in. After that play, we couldn't do anything, so the Colts get the ball. 3:45 to go. Over the middle, caught by Doyle. He has the first down, and Stephen Tulloch would be injured on the play that time. It's the only reason I showed you that play, and you'll see his injury whenever you see Green Beckham's. Now 3rd and 7, play action to Turbin. Tolzien sits in the pocket, goes to the outside, and it's going to be knocked out of the receiver's hands. I don't even know who was on coverage that play, but they were pretty good. So now an onside kick, and the Eagles recover. 1:17 to go in the game, and it is a 7-point game. So now on 1st and 10, they need a first down to end the game. Hand off to Kenyon Barner. Great blocking, and Barner is just going to go down at the 15 just to run down some more clock. And we would actually not be able to run down enough. So on 4th and 2, we'd have to bring out the field goal unit or just knee it. But I just wanted to bring out the field goal unit, get some extra practice, and Parkey makes it. So 48-38, that would be the final score. So we are now 2-1 in the preseason. And what really surprised me today was Colby Listenby, honestly. He only had that one really big play, but I wasn't expecting him to do anything. But I guess his speed is so much of a factor. He might be a threat for us this season. Maybe it will be like a secret weapon for us. But anyway, we jump into the 4th game against the New York Jets, and I will tell you right now, this game gets absolutely insane. But anyway, here's the injury report. Dorial Green-Beckham, shoulder tear out for 3 weeks. Stephen Tulloch, dislocated hip, out for 7. So I went ahead and brought in D'Amico Ryans from free agency. He used to play for the Eagles. He's got some okay stats, but once Tulloch is healthy, I will most likely cut D'Amico Ryans. But now let's go ahead and get into the game. Ryan Fitzpatrick comes out at quarterback, Matt Forte in at running back, and it's a handoff to Forte to the outside. He jukes out one defender, has got the first down on the play, down the sideline. Malcolm Jenkins misses him, and that was 100% my fault. And Rodney McLeod finally brings him down inside the 10-yard line. Obviously not a very good play for our defense. So now on first and goal, handoff to Powell up the middle, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown Jets. So they kind of just owned our entire starting defense there. So now first and 10, Wentz comes out in shotgun, and it's play action to Ryan Matthews. Wentz staying in the pocket down the left sideline, or not sideline, but down the left side of the field, and caught by Jordan Matthews. So now first and 10, Wentz under center, and he's going to do a handoff to Ryan Matthews to the outside. Got some decent blocking. 20, 15, 10, 5, and he's going to be into the end zone. Touchdown Ryan Matthews. Outran Darrelle Revis on the play, and that ties the game up at 7. So now Chase Daniel's in at quarterback because I only let Wentz play one drive, and he's going to go deep downfield, and that's Colby Listenby who makes the catch down to the 26-yard line for a gain of 54 yards. That will lead to 3rd and 3. Chase Daniel in shotgun takes the snap, and he's under pressure, gets the pass off. It's caught by Listenby inside the 5, and powering his way into the end zone. Touchdown Listenby. I was not expecting any sort of power out of Colby Listenby, but he fights his way into the end zone. And now I'm actually showing the kickoff. And as you guys know, the only reason I ever show kickoff is whenever someone seriously screws up. So now Kendricks comes in, and I completely whiff with Kendricks. And now he's off to the races. And we only have 2 people that are able to chase him down. 10, 5, and finally brought down at the 2-yard line. Not a great play by our special teams. Now second to goal, Fitzpatrick takes the snap, goes to the outside, and it's caught by Tammy, and he rolls into the end zone. Touchdown Jets, and makes it 14-14. So that would lead to 2nd and 9, and now play action from Chase Daniel, and he's going to move out to the right side, go downfield, and that's caught by Desmond Lewis. I don't know what it is about Desmond Lewis, but his stats are a little bit too good for, like, his rating. I think he's like a 68 overall or something. But anyway, Cody Parkey comes in and makes it 17-14 here in the first quarter. This is already a pretty high-scoring game for these two teams. Now Geno Smith in at quarterback, second quarter, and it's a play action. Smith dropping back and goes to the outside. It's caught by, I don't know, I'm not even going to try to say your name, dude. But stiff arm, breaks a tackle into the end zone. Touchdown Jets. Horrible tackling. No idea what that was. But now the Eagles are losing again 21-17, and Coker's in the game. Handoff to Kenyon Barner to the outside, and Barner makes one-man miss down the sideline, 35-30, 25-20, 15, 10, 5, and touchdown Kenyon Barner makes it 24-17. So now Coker would later get the ball again, 8:40 to go in the half. He goes downfield, and that's Colby Listenby, but he can't get 2 feet down. Would have been a great touchdown for Listenby. That would later lead to 4th and 7, and we bring on Cody Parkey yet again. And it's a fake this time, and he tosses it to Trey Burton, and he can't go anywhere. So the Eagles will keep their 24-21 lead, and the Jets will get the ball. Now 2nd and 9, Geno Smith takes the snap out of shotgun, and he's going to go downfield, and he's got a man open. That's caught, and touchdown Jets. Makes it 28-24. Horrible coverage by the linebacker. I think it was Michael Kendricks. Now on 3rd and 5, Coker under center. He's going to hand off to Carlos Williams to the outside. He gets a block from his fullback, and now he's off to the races. Down the sideline again. 35-30, 25-20. I don't think anybody's going to catch him. Touchdown Philadelphia as he dives into the end zone, and the Eagles will take a 31-28 lead, and we are not even at halftime yet. The Jets would get into field goal range. The kick is away, and it is good. So that makes it 31-31 as we go into the half. So now Coker comes out in shotgun, and he's got Carlos Williams in the backfield. Actually, that's Kenyon Barner. But anyway, 2nd and 13, and I get stupid here. I try to throw across my body on the run. I don't know what I was attempting, but it gets picked off. But anyway, Geno Smith comes out in shotgun now on the very next play. Smith takes the snap, and he's going to get hit and fumble the ball, and the Eagles are able to dive on it. So we get the ball right back. It doesn't even matter that we threw the pick. But we end up punting the ball away anyway. So now on 4th and 9, Donnie Jones gets the punt off, and it's going to bounce at the 10, and it's going to roll, and the Eagles down it at the 1-yard line, putting the Jets in horrible field position. So now 12:31 to go in the game, play action. Smith takes a hit, but he's got a man open, and oh no. K'Wan Williams can't make the tackle, and we down him at the 1, so Geno Smith throws a 99-yard touchdown. Our corners are not very good. So now 3rd and 13. Also, I brought the blitz on that play, so that was probably also another issue. But on 3rd and 13, Colby Listenby makes a huge play Coker 5 of 12, and Coker and Levy in this game were kind of competing as to who would make the roster, and I will take 100% blame on that one. I did not even see that defender standing there. So now 1st and 10, and the Jets are within scoring range again. Handoff to Powell up the middle, untouched. How do you go untouched from 11 yards out? That is ridiculous. But that makes it 45-31. And now Coker takes the snap. And no, this is actually Levy in the game. Now he goes deep, and it's picked off. Great start, guys. But the flag on the play would actually be against our center, so it was nullified anyway. But the Jets end up punting, and Kenyon Barner's back to return. And Barner's got a little bit of speed to him, so he goes to the outside. And he's across the 50, 45, 40, and the punter shoves him out of bounds at the 37-yard line. We actually got all the way back to their line of scrimmage. So now on 1st and 10, handoff to Kenyon Barner to the outside. He's got some decent blocking, got the first down, and still fighting, and finally brought down at the 20-yard line. 6 carries for 103 yards. Now 2nd and 10, Levy takes the snap, and he throws to the outside. It's caught by Listenby. He's got tremendous speed and walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles. They make it a 7-point game, 45-38. This is starting to look like a college score. 2nd and 10, and Geno Smith handoff to Powell to the outside. I swear to God, he goes untouched for so long on this play to the 20. He just got like 60 yards untouched. That is ridiculous. Now 4th and 9, Levy is out on the field again. The Jets would obviously they actually got a field goal out of that drive, but I didn't show it. So now it goes downfield and finds Brent Selleck. On 4th and 7, I chunked it all the way downfield. Don't know why, but we got the first down. Levy 3 of 6. Now 3rd and 4, Levy under center, tosses out to the outside to Carlos Williams. Williams dives into the end zone, almost roundhouse kicks a Jet player in the head, but gets the touchdown. So now it's only a 3-point game, 45-48. Remember what I said about this being like a college score? Now 1st and 10. Levy takes a snap, going deep downfield. He's got a man open. It's Desmond Lewis, and Lewis is gone. Touchdown, Eagles, and we have broken 50 points in this game. Makes it 52-48. Now Geno Smith with 5.5 minutes to go. Smith takes the snap, goes over the middle, and it's a wide open player brought down inside the 10-yard line. Smith has gashed this second-string defense, 22 of 31 for over 300 yards. Now on 2nd and goal, Powell gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. So they take their lead right back, 55-52. This is insane. So now 4 minutes to go in the game. He takes the snap, and Levy goes to the outside, and it's going to be dropped and intercepted. It was a tip drill, and the Jets come away with it. 3:56 to go in the game, and now it's 3rd and 4. Smith in shotgun takes the snap, and he goes to the outside. It's caught by Bostic, and he gets the first down. Actually, no, they would actually roll him inches shy. That's why I showed this. So he will actually kick the field goal, and that will make it a 6-point game. And now Levy comes out with 1:46 to go on 2nd and 10. Levy takes the snap out of shotgun. A wide open man over the middle. It's Bryce Treggs. And oh my God, are you kidding me? We are going to put up 59 points in this game. 59-58. This is absolutely insane. Bryce Treggs with the touchdown. But at least we may be able to pick up the win. But 1:20 to go. Smith takes the snap. And he drops back in the pocket, and he's going to go deep downfield. A wide open Bostic, and they are into field goal range. Now, here's the weird thing. They started running a hurry-up offense. Like, if they didn't get a field goal, they weren't going to win. So now hand off to Mostert, and he gets nothing. And what I mean by that is, like, they could have run down the clock and then kicked a field goal for the win, but they kicked a field goal, and they're still going to give us, like, 37 seconds with 2 timeouts. So we still have a chance, but it is 59-61 in an NFL game. And now Levy takes a snap, goes downfield, and it's Colby Listenby wide open, and Listenby will walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles. And yeah, this looks like Texas Tech versus Baylor. No defense whatsoever was played today, just a ton of offense. Now 1st and 10, and the Jets have one last chance. They go deep downfield, and it's picked off by Jalen Watkins, and that will finally end this shootout and end the preseason. We go 3-1. I don't think a game like that will happen in the regular season. Hopefully. Because that's a little unrealistic. I was okay with it in the preseason because it's preseason. We both had terrible defenses in. But anyway, now I'm going to cut to a part that I recorded for a live commentary showing you the final roster. But before I do that, I just remembered something as I was editing this. I did make a trade before the Week 3 game. I traded Josh Huff and a 2018 5th rounder for a 2017 4th rounder. I wanted to get rid of a receiver. The only team interested in Josh Huff was the San Francisco 49ers with Chip Kelly, so I thought that was funny. But anyway, Huff is now a Niner, and we got their 4th rounder from him. So I think I could get a better receiver in the 4th round than Josh Huff. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know about that. Now, you can see the final roster. Okay, so the next part I wanted to do is a live commentary just to show you guys the final roster and to set our season goal. Now, this season, I don't know, honestly, if we're going to make the playoffs, but I'm going to set the goal for 10 wins. That might be kind of hard to pull off, but that's what I'm going for is for 10 wins this season. Obviously, if we do better, great. If we don't, I only set it for 10 wins, and hopefully we won't get fired. And then here is the final roster. On offense, obviously, we're going to start Carson Wentz, Ryan Matthews, Jordan Matthews. Actually, let's just go to the depth chart because I actually need to change a few things around because receiver is actually going to be different. But yeah, starting quarterbacks, Carson Wentz. Backup is Chase Daniel. I'll show you who made the practice squad here in just a minute. Then we have Ryan Matthews, Darren Sproles, Carlos Williams, and Kenyon Barner. I'm going to carry 4 running backs into the season just because Matthews has a bit of an injury problem. Sproles is kind of old. So if Matthews goes down, Williams will probably start in his place and Sproles will remain our backup. Fullback, Darrell Young, he was the only guy that we had in the preseason. If he gets injured, then Carlos Williams can step up and be a good fullback. Wide receiver, our number 1 receiver is going to be Jordan Matthews. Our number 2 will be Green Beckham once he is healthy. But as of right now, Aguilar is going to be our number 2. Our number 3 is actually going to be, where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Our number 3 is actually going to be Desmond Lewis. He played really, really good in the preseason. So he's going to be our slot receiver, followed by Colby Listenby, then Aaron Dobson. And like I said, Green Beckham will be the number 2 once he's healthy. And Aguilar will actually go down to probably 5th. Because I don't really plan to use Aguilar that much. Unless he plays really good in Desmond Lewis's absence, then he might take the slot spot. But that's going to depend also on how Desmond Lewis plays. Then over at tight end, obviously got to go Zach Ertz. I can't start anyone else there. Left tackle is going to be Jason Peters. Someone gave me the idea here of moving. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name, but I changed him to a left guard, and now he's an 82 overall. And yeah, about to say, why is my left guard down here? Let's just go ahead and fill that spot. And then center is going to be Jason Kelsey. Right guard Brandon Brooks. Right tackle Lane Johnson. Pretty easy. Left end is going to be Brandon Graham. Right end is going to be Connor Barwin. Defensive tackle, you already know it's going to be Fletcher Cox, followed by Benny Logan. And we may bring in another DT should someone get injured, just because we only have 3. But I don't know right now. Left outside linebacker is going to be Nigel Bradham. Middle linebacker is going to be Jordan Hicks, followed by D'Amico Ryans. Now, once Tulloch is healthy, I'm probably going to cut D'Amico Ryans. Just so, you know, he doesn't eat up any more cap space. Right outside linebacker is going to be Michael Kendricks. That may be once we bring in the new DTs after I cut D'Amico Ryans. If we sign a new defensive tackle, it will probably be after I cut Ryans. And then cornerback is going to be Ronald Darby. Number 2 is actually going to be, yeah, Nolan Carroll. He probably played the best out of everyone this preseason. I actually played a lot more zone this preseason than I thought I was going to. And I probably mentioned that in the preseason video already. I'm doing this before I actually commentate the preseason video. And then number 3 is going to be K'Wan Williams, followed by Kendall James. And then, yeah, I guess Leodis McCullough. I thought I had another corner that I liked for some reason. But yeah, James is going to be the number 4. Free safety, Rodney McLeod, no contest. Strong safety, Malcolm Jenkins, no contest. Kicker is Cody Parkey, who obviously brought back in the preseason, as you guys saw. And punter is Donnie Jones. And kick returner, I haven't really decided yet. I'm going to definitely put Barner in there first. And punt return, probably use Barner as well. Just because he's got higher speed. So I'll be able to get to that outside edge a lot faster. And I think that's, oh, long snapper doesn't really matter. Third down back. Actually, who's got the best trucking? Because third down is going to be, yeah, I was going to say third down is going to be like short yardage situations a lot for me. So Carlos Williams, I think, will fill that role nicely. And then practice squad, as you can see, Alan Levy made it, so I cut Jake Coker. Wendell Smallwood is actually on the practice squad, and at 70 overall, I'm kind of afraid he's going to get signed, but not so afraid to put him on the main roster. So if he has to go to another team, if they sign him, okay, we've got 4 of the running backs. If they don't, he can get a little bit better, and then next season I'll try to put him on the main roster. And then I also brought in Keenan Reynolds just because he's got 87 speed, and it's just a receiver that I wanted on the practice squad. And Bryce Treggs, who played okay in the preseason. He had the 1 big touchdown in the Jets game in like the last 2 minutes or so. So I think that earned him a practice squad spot. And I don't think anyone's going to sign him at 58 overall. And then left tackle Dylan Gordon. Left guard Isaac Simalu. I don't know. But he was one of our other draft picks. Once again, 70 overall. Kind of afraid he's going to get signed. But not so afraid that I'm wanting to put him on the main roster. And then we also have Kyle Friend, who was a center we brought in. He has a really bad problem with holding. And I actually... No, I don't want to select. Can I? Okay, I guess I can't edit the roster from here. And then right outside linebacker, Camus Greiger-Hill. He played okay in the preseason. He had a couple nice plays. So I think that earned him a practice squad spot. There is a DT on the practice squad, Aziz Shitu. Great name. But anyway... I don't know if I'm going to promote him to the main roster once I cut Ryan's or sign a new guy. But I think this guy needs to get a little bit better before he takes up a roster spot. And then cornerback Jalen Mills. This was the other corner that I knew was on the roster. And he played okay, but not better than McKelvin. So that's why he's on the practice squad. And I also couldn't put McKelvin on the practice squad, and I didn't want to cut McKelvin. So that's why Mills got moved to the practice squad. But I think he might eventually make the main roster. Because he's already a 66 overall. What is McKelvin? 71? McKelvin is a 72 overall. Kendall James is only a 66, but he's already got 84 man, 78 zone. He can't tackle, obviously, but he's got good speed, too, so he's probably better than Mills, at least to me. He played a lot better in the preseason. But anyway, that is the final roster and the practice squad for you guys. So the next video, I will be doing the weekly training, and we will be playing week 1 against the Browns. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed the preseason video, and I will talk to you guys at the next game.